Hi there, I'm Erin with 5 Parks Yoga. Thanks for joining me for class today. Today's class is going to be a restore and release class. So this class will help you calm and rest your nervous system through the avenue of the breath and the body with deep stretching, lots of time to hold postures with silence and space and intentionality. I'd like to thank my YouTube subscribers and members and my Patreon supporters. Thank you all for your support of 5 Parks Yoga. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so for notifications about classes. And go ahead and hit that thumbs up icon if you like this class and leave comments below. Okay, we're gonna start today on our backs. Go ahead and lie down on your back. And you can either bring the soles of the feet together and your knees wide for reclined butterfly pose, aiming toward opening up the hips and the inner thighs. Or if you're not ready for that stretch, you can bring your legs long, letting your feet fall open in a Savasana shape. With the arms, you can either rest them alongside your body with your palms facing up, or you can rest one hand on your low belly and one hand at heart center, resting your elbows down on the floor. I invite you to close your eyes and let's begin connecting with the breath. So take a deep inhale through your nose, fill up your belly, fill up your lungs. Hold, and when you're ready, release your breath through your mouth, an audible sighing out of the air. Now you can gently close your lips, begin to breathe in and out through the nose, and listen to the sound of the breath. So again, as you inhale, fill up first the belly, then the ribs, then the lungs. Pause at the top of your breath, and then release in the opposite direction, first from the lungs, then the ribs, then the belly. If you have your hands placed on your body and pause at the bottom of your exhale, you can feel the movement of your breath as your belly rises, your ribs expand, your chest lifts on the inhale. And then enjoy that release, nice and long and slow and steady with the exhale of your breath. Pausing at the bottom. We'll take 3 more breaths just like that, lying here on our backs, settling into our space, committing ourselves to this time and to this practice. Continue with this rhythmic breathing practice, paying attention to your inhales and your exhales as we begin to move the body. So from whatever position you're in right now, bring your feet flat to the floor, wider than your hips with your knees pointing toward the ceiling. Bring your arms into a goalpost shape with your palms facing up. Now gently rock your knees side to side. Continue to work with the breath and just feel your hips opening up and releasing. Feel that gentle twist in your low back. With the arms in the position that they are, feel the opening in your chest and your shoulders. Wherever you are, rock to each side one more time. And then the next time you come off to the right, Release your knees toward the floor. Now we're taking a reclined spinal twist in this formation, but if you'd like to change the shape of your legs, you can maybe stack your legs. You can keep them staggered. If you'd like to deepen this twist with your legs as they are, you can bring your right foot on top of your left knee. You can let the weight of your right foot gently press your knee toward the floor. And just notice how that deepens this stretch and twist. Now, make your way through center and release your knees to the left. Once again, you can have your legs in this position staggered. You are welcome to stack your knees if that feels better, or if you want a deeper variation with your legs staggered, you can bring your left foot on top of your right knee. Just let the weight of your left foot and leg press your knee a little bit closer to the floor, just deepening into the twist in your low back. Hold the pose in stillness and silence, just listening to the sound of your rhythmic breathing. If your left foot is on top of your right knee, release it. Bring both knees up so they're facing the ceiling. Bring your feet so they're hip distance apart, pressed down on your mat, and your arms will rest now alongside your body. Press into your heels and then slowly roll your way up to a bridge position. So bringing your tailbone first, your low back, mid back, rising all the way up so that you're on your shoulders. Once you come to the top of your bridge roll, just roll back down. Just noticing your spine as it releases one vertebra at a time down onto your mat. As soon as your tailbone releases, then just start to roll all the way back up into bridge pose. Continue to work with your breath and just noticing your spine, noticing the backside of your body, and then feel your legs and your glutes working to make this movement happen. One more time, roll up. And roll down. Now take your right ankle over your left knee. We're going to come into reclined pigeon pose. So lift your left foot up off the floor. You can wrap your hands around your thigh, or you can reach and wrap your hands around your shin. Flex both feet back toward both knees. And then use your hands and your arms to draw your left knee a little bit closer toward your chest, and then press your right knee a little bit closer toward the front of your mat. Really deep hip stretch, glute opener. Continue breathing. Hold here in silence and stillness. Place your left foot back down on the floor. Now bring your right foot and reach it up toward the ceiling. You're going to stretch out the back of the right leg. You can hold on to the back of the right leg with both hands, and you can keep your left leg as it is, or option to straighten it, bring it flat to the floor. Now, From this position, start to flex and point your right foot. Continue opening up the ankle by drawing circles in one direction. And switch directions, draw circles in the other direction. And just come back to neutral and stop your movement of your foot. And to get a little bit deeper into the back of the leg, you can start to walk your hands up the back of your leg. Lift your shoulders up off of your mat. You can bring your forehead a little bit closer to your knee a little bit closer towards your forehead. All right, lower your shoulders back down onto the floor if they're lifted. Bend your leg, take your hands around your right knee. Now bring your right knee to the right and up toward your right shoulder. Draw your elbows in and down, flex both feet. Notice your breath. You're in a deep hip compression on your right side. Can you continue to breathe deeply into your belly, letting your belly expand like a big balloon? And contract at the bottom of your exhale, providing great benefits for your internal organs as you compress your right hip. Now complete your exhale here. Release your right foot back down onto the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right knee for reclined pigeon pose. Lift your right foot up off the floor. You can wrap your hands around the back of your right thigh, or you can wrap them all the way around your right shin. Flex both feet back toward both knees. As you draw your right knee a little bit closer toward your chest, press your left knee a little bit closer toward the front of your mat. Continue to breathe deeply here. Complete your exhale, place your right foot back down on the floor. Extend your left foot up toward the ceiling. Take hold of the back of your left leg with both hands. Option to keep your right foot flat to the floor as it is, or straighten it out on your mat. Begin to flex and point your left foot. So we're stretching the left hamstring as well as opening up the left ankle, shin, and calf. Now roll circles in one direction. Roll circles in the opposite direction. Walk your hands further up the back of your left leg, lifting your shoulders up off of your mat, optional here, bringing your forehead closer to your left knee closer toward your forehead. Do you feel the stretch increase in the back of your left leg? Now release your shoulders back down onto your mat. Bend your left leg, take your hands around your left knee and bring it off to the left and up toward your left shoulder. Elbows come in and down, feet flex back. Feel the compression in your left hip. Continue to breathe deep into the belly. Complete your exhale here. Continue to hold your left knee in at your chest, and now bring your right knee to meet your left. You can take your hands onto your knees, hold them here, or you can wrap your arms around your legs, gripping whatever is accessible. Lying flat on your back, your head is resting on your mat. Toes, heels, knees are all side by side. Now your whole low belly is compressed and constricted. Can you still continue to breathe into that space? Okay, and our last stretch here on our back for the lower part of the body is happy baby. So separate your knees and feet. Take hold of whatever's accessible: thighs, shins, calves, toes, feet. Separate your legs wide and then draw your knees down toward the floor. You can hold here in stillness, or you can rock your body side to side. This is just giving you an opportunity to massage out the lower part of the back. If you're rocking side to side, make your way back towards center and stillness. Bring both knees back into your chest. Let's roll the length of the spine and then come all the way up through a seated position into tabletop. Bringing the hands underneath the wrists, the knees underneath the hips. We're going to connect our breathing to our movement. So as you inhale, drop your belly down, lift your tailbone and the crown of your head, coming into cow pose. As you breathe out through your nose, round your spine, draw your tailbone down toward the mat, bring your chin toward your chest. Breathe in again, come to cow. Stretching the front side of the body, opening the throat and chest. Breathe out, round your spine, separate your shoulder blades, come into cat. Return to cow. And cat. Breathe in cow. Breathe out cat. Come to tabletop position, flat back. Bring your right hand directly underneath your face. Lift your left arm up. Now look up at your fingertips. And then as you exhale, bring your left arm behind your right. Come onto your left shoulder and your left ear. Rest it down on your mat. Keep your hips high. Feel the stretch in the back of your left shoulder. Can you hear the sound of your breath going in and out through your nose? So now releasing tension in the shoulders and the upper back where we hold a lot of stress. On your next breath in, lift your left arm all the way up, unwinding. Take a peek at your fingertips and then place your left hand right underneath your face. As you breathe in, reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. Look at your fingertips. As you breathe out, slide your right arm behind your left. Come onto your right shoulder and your right ear. Keep your hips high. Breathe in and out through your nose. Feel the release in the back of your right shoulder. Feel the lengthening in your spine. On your next breath in, lift your right arm up. Look up at your right fingertips. Breathe out. Bring your right hand back down onto your mat underneath your right shoulder. Now bring your knees wide. Bring your big toes to touch. Sit your hips to your heels. Walk your hands forward and then release your forehead down on your mat. Feel your forehead and your nose on your mat. Feel your arms lifted off of your mat so that you're getting nice lengthening in your arms, your shoulders, through your rib cage, all the way back to your hips. Try to gently release your hips closer toward your heels. Now, with your forehead, take a little bit of a rock side to side and then take some circles in one direction. Take some circles in the other direction. Come to stillness
And begin to listen to the sound of your breath as it goes in and out through your nose. From extended child's pose, make your way to Sphinx pose. So lift your forehead up off the mat, bring your elbows down onto the mat, and then come forward, lengthening your legs out behind you, coming onto the tops of your thighs. Arms are parallel to one another, looking like railroad tracks. Fingers are spread wide. Now lift your chin as you press your chest forward. The top of your head is reaching up toward the ceiling. So this is a fairly active posture, building a little bit of strength here as you draw your shoulders back, and then building some flexibility in the low back. Now we're going to take it into a neck and shoulder upper back stretch, coming into a place of release. So go ahead and relax your shoulders toward your ears. Now bring your chin to your chest so you're looking toward your chest. And then from here, if you have a healthy neck and it feels good, rock your head side to side. So you're stretching out the sides and the back of your neck, as well as your upper back. And bonus, you're continuing to get a nice curve in the low back as you hold yourself in this lazy Sphinx position. Okay, now bring your head back to neutral, reaching through the top of your head, so you're in proud Sphinx. Now lower a little bit further down onto your belly. Take your hands wide. Come up onto the pads of your fingertips. Now lift your chest back up. A little bit more active here, but we're going to stretch through the fronts of the shoulders. So from this position, dip your left shoulder in and look to the right. It's one of my favorite stretches. It's a very, very deep stretch for the front side of the shoulder. Okay, now come back to center. Press up, look forward, dip your right shoulder in and look to the left. Feel that stretch in the front of your right shoulder. Come back to center. You're going to lower slightly down, not all the way. Bring your arms straight out behind you with your palms face down. Squeeze the backs of your arms as you lift up on an inhale, and then stack your hands and bring your forehead to your hands as you breathe out. And then just completely relax and release. And just feel that softening after working the muscles to hold the head upright in a back bending position. And just let that soak in. Once again, your nose is closer to your mat. So can you hear your inhales and your exhales as you rest here? All right, come back up onto your forearms. From here, we're going to continue to stretch and open the front of the shoulder as we stretch the quadricep, the top of the left leg. So let's do the left side first. So bend your left leg, reach your hand around, take hold of your left foot from the inside. Once you have hold of your left foot, you can look forward again and you can bring your right forearm so that it's parallel with the front of your mat. So as you look forward, just draw your heel a little bit closer in. This posture is so good for your body in so many ways. So you're stretching and opening the top half of your body and the bottom half of your body at the same time. Are you breathing as you hold and work the posture? Keep your face soft. All right, we're gonna switch sides. So gently release your left foot back, bring your left arm, forearm parallel to the front of your mat, bend your right leg, reach around with your right hand and take the inside of your right foot. Once you have a hold on your right foot, look forward past the front of your mat. Press into your left forearm and then draw your left foot closer in. Just notice the stretch in your right shoulder. Sorry, I think I might have said left. So right shoulder, right quadricep, the top of your right leg. Okay, now gently release your right foot back down. We're gonna return to crocodile, which is your hands stacked, your forehead resting on your hands. Now, option here to bend both legs and windshield wiper your legs. So you're just rocking them side to side. We did this while we were lying on our back with our knees. So now it's our feet that are swaying side to side. All right, if you're swaying side to side, come back to neutral, release your feet down onto the floor, take your hands underneath your shoulders, press up to a kneeling position. So from our kneeling position, we're gonna work our way into heart melting pose. This is a really big heart opener energetically and a shoulder opener. So you're gonna keep your hips stacked over your knees the entire time. You can take your hands to your mat. You're gonna walk them forward like we did in child's pose, but bring them a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart. Bringing them close to the corners of the upper edge of your mat, and then sink your chest and chin and forehead down onto your mat. So your arms stay lifted, your hips stay lifted, your feet are planted flat on the floor. Listen to the sound of the breath. Feel your forehead pressing into your mat. Release the shoulders, open heart space in the front side of the body and the back side of the body. Let's move from this more active position into a passive position of release. Coming into embryo pose, bring your knees and toes together. You're gonna roll into a little ball, bringing the top of your head closer toward your mat. Rest your arms alongside your body with your palms facing up. And then just completely release all tension here as you breathe through your nose. Notice this sense of safety and release curling into yourself. One more breath here in embryo pose. Roll your way all the way back up. All right, now make your way to a wall. We are going to do the rest of our final postures against the wall with our legs up the wall, which is one of the most restorative postures in yoga. So reversing the flow of blood, calming down the nervous system further. So once you find your place at the wall, you're just going to scoot your hips all the way to the corner. Lie down flat on your back. Scoot all the way till you've made contact with the wall, and then you can extend your legs straight up the wall. And then just rest your heels onto the wall. Arms are resting alongside your body. Now, if you'd like to, bring your hands into the position that you had them at the beginning of class. You're welcome to bring one hand to your belly, right below your belly button. Bring the other hand onto your heart. Can you feel your breath fill up your belly first, then your ribs, then your lungs? Releasing in the opposite direction. Lungs, ribs, and belly. Now from this position, we're going to take a couple more stretches and then we will finish up our practice. So to open up the inner thighs, which we haven't done yet, we're going to take reclined straddle splits. So you can separate your feet, letting the weight of your legs open up the inner thighs. So you can just let gravity do its work. Again, resting your hands wherever is comfortable for you. So this nice passive stretch here. Just notice the opening of your inner thighs, the relaxation of your low back resting on the floor, the entire weight of your head heavy on your mat. From this position, we're going to move into a reclined twist. I'm going to give you a couple of options. So keep your right leg where it is. You can use your hand for assistance if you'd like to bring your left leg up and over to meet your right, and then just let both legs slide down onto the floor. You can extend your arms into capital T or goalpost, stretching the shoulders, opening the chest, keeping both shoulders on the floor. This feels like it's a little bit too deep for the back. You can always bend your legs and you can rest your feet on the wall. Either option is great. Just feel what works for your body this morning or this evening. Continue to breathe into your belly, letting it expand as you inhale and contract as you exhale. Now you can use the muscles in your core, a little bit of strength, bringing your legs up and through, or you can use your hands to assist you, or you can bend your legs and then bring your legs in the opposite direction to the left, either full straight legs or bent knees, arms at T or goalpost. Bring your legs back to center. Now bend both legs if they're not already. You can scoot a little bit further out from the wall. Press your feet flat to the wall. And then bring your hips all the way up as you roll the length of your spine. And then roll all the way back down, resting your hips on the floor. Our final posture of class is Savasana. So if you would like to take legs up the wall instead of a traditional corpse pose position, you're welcome to do that. It is very restorative. If you'd like to take traditional Savasana, go ahead and position yourself flat on your back with your feet resting open, your arms resting alongside of your body with your palms facing up. One option is not better than the other. It just depends what you're feeling in this moment. So taking the position that feels most restorative. Now, let's close our breathing practice together the same way we began. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top. Take an extra sip of air. Release it through your mouth. Gently close your lips. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. And come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. Can you be here now until the very end of this practice? Can you be present in a state of release, of relaxation, of surrender, of calm? Slowly make your way onto your side, cradling your head in your arm, resting here, connecting to a sense of gratitude for this space, for this time, for this commitment to your growth, to your presence, to your mind, to your body. Your commitment to your self-care is present in your body in this moment. When you're ready, make your way up to a seated position, cross-legged or otherwise. Bring your hands to your heart. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in through your nose Big breath out through your mouth. And today, or this evening, as you move forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and most importantly, peace in your heart. From my heart to each and every one of yours, namaste.